Hey guys, so I want to do a quick rundown on how agencies and affiliates are automating their appointment setting without micromanaging VAs or spending five figures on appointment setting agencies while making no stress monthly recurring revenue. And they do this by leveraging AppSetter, which is an AI appointment setting platform built for Go High Level. Now, if you run an agency, no doubt you've had this problem occur. You onboard a client, you drive leads, the client doesn't follow up, the client blames the agency, the client leaves, and the cycle rinses and repeats. You're driving leads, they're not following up, and you get the blame. And they say, hey, my nephew down the road can do it 5 times cheaper and get 10 times better results. Good luck to them. And the old way you would fix this is with VA agencies or sales agencies. And you would pay them $5, $10, $20,000 and have them basically install a group of VAs or a appointment setter in your agency or in your client's business, place them, train them, and then it was up to you to onboard them and the sales agency would promise to replace them if they didn't perform. So you feed them leads and they don't perform. They replace them a few times and they say, hey, it's the offer, it's not quite doing its job, and both parties leave unsatisfied. So we developed AppSetter, and the AppSetter way is a bit different. You install our app in your Go High Level account. You describe your product and assign a sales process. You install our pre-built workflows and you turn it on. And then you have an appointment setter working in your account 24/7. So what is AppSetter? Quite simply, it's an appointment setting platform that removes the need for VAs or appointment setters. And it does this with no need for Zapier or Make. And AppSetter can do a crap ton. It warms up and qualifies leads. It works out the time zones, so if a client is in Dubai and they're advertising in the US, it will say, hey, when works for you? And if they say Wednesday at 2 p.m. EST, it will work out that, okay, that's so-and-so time in Dubai, and yes or no, we have that available. If not, it will recommend some other times. It books the call, manages the appointment, so if a prospect can't make it and they let the AI know, it can reschedule it for them. It can also follow up with leads if they no-show, and you can set it up to have as many or as few touch points as you want. And it works across all of Go High Level's channels, so email, SMS, Instagram DM, Messenger, WhatsApp, and web or live chat. And it works in knowledge banks. And knowledge banks are basically just PDFs, spreadsheets, files that you want the agent to use during the sales process. And it will leverage them to get the outcome that you want. Now, instead of walking you through kind of how everything pieces together, I'll just show you. So this is the AppSetter platform, and everything is built around agents. And agents consist of products. You can add one, or you can add multiple. These are all just prompt based. And here we have a description, prospect context, and any qualifiers for this product. And this is where the upsell and downsell comes into place. Then you have your user ID, the calendar you want to book the calls on, the knowledge bank you want to use, and you don't need to add one if you do not need one, but we have clients who have spreadsheets with thousands of rows And once it's set up properly, AppSetter can leverage this data in the sales process to close more calls. Then you have the sales process. Now, these are done in phases. I'll actually show you a quick one. And we have all of this templated, but it essentially tells the sales assistant, hey, this is the sales process you need to follow, and it will follow it to the letter. So once you have your products, your sales process, your knowledge bank, and your calendar, you can add a few extra features. For example, if you get leads through Messenger or live chat, then by default, you do not have their email or phone number. So AppSetter can make these required, and before confirming and booking the appointment, it will gather and update the contact records. Then, if the business is local and they're advertising local, and you want to set a default time zone. So as part of the sales process, it will normally ask, hey, what time zone are you in? So I can find times that works for you. But if the business is along the road, it's a bit of a strange question. So we have the option for you to add a preset time zone, and if this is selected, then the AI will just use this to look up times rather than asking the prospect. And that's the basis of creating an agent. And once you have this, the actual workflow setups are very simple. So we have it set up so each channel, each reply channel has its own 2 workflows. You have one to start a conversation, and this is handy because sometimes, let's say someone books in the call but then doesn't turn up. You want to restart that conversation and say, hey, this prospect didn't show. Find out what happened and see if you can reschedule. And other times, you're just continuing the conversation, so it's still in context. So in this case, we have a messenger flow, and our trigger is just checking the reply channel, and it's checking for a particular phrase. Once this triggers, we add our tag, and this lets us know to engage with the lead. Then we send the contact and some other information to our servers. We just pass in the API key so we know you're a customer, the platform you want to reply on, any opening message instructions you want to use, say a template, how long the AI should wait before processing the response. This can be 1 second or it can be 60 seconds. This is for the people that might send 5 replies 2 seconds apart. It waits until all the messages are sent and processes them all together, rather than individually. And finally, the agent label, and this just lets us know which agent you want to load in which case it's this guy here. Then, once we trigger that, it comes to our server, we pull in the agent, the product, the sales process, all of that good stuff, process the request, and send a reply. And that's the same for the continue endpoint as well. So here I showed you the start workflow, and here we have continue. And you'll see here, all we're checking is to see if we have the AppSetter start tag and if they're replying through Messenger. Then we're sending very much the same information, but to a different link. And if we want to, we can pass through any additional information. And this can be handy because let's say the lead opts in and then views a booking page but doesn't book. You could have a trigger that reaches out to the lead and asks if they had any problems or why they didn't book. And that's it for setting up the workflows. We have a snapshot which has workflows for every reply channel. And this is included for everybody. So when you come in and you use the platform, you'll get access to these workflows. They're all pre-built, and all you need to do is come in and adjust them as necessary. So you're adding in your agent label and any additional information and adjusting your triggers to work with your funnel. And in terms of setup, it honestly doesn't get much easier. When you log in, all you're doing is connecting your high-level account, choosing a default calendar, installing our API key, and adding your OpenAI API key. Then creating your agents, installing the workflows, and you're done. That's it. There's nothing else to set up. And then AppSetter will run for you 24/7. And once you're set up, the amount of use cases for AppSetter is actually mind-blowing. So obviously you can use it to nurture inbound leads coming through Facebook. Or if you want to do reactivation, database reactivation campaigns, then that couldn't be simpler. You're sending out a text. If they reply, sending the reply and the campaign message to AppSetter, which then continues the conversation and books them in. Or if they no-show or submit a survey and didn't book a call, then setting up a reactivation flow there to plug in that hole couldn't be easier. And finally, you have simple stuff like human handover. So sometimes these AIs just mess up. And when that happens, people want to talk to other people. And in that case, our AI will realize it's gone off track, or if the person's just being an ass, and it thinks, okay, I should bring someone in to handle this, it will add a tag which triggers an internal alert and let someone know, hey, you need to step in here. And in summary, that is AppSetter. Now the pricing is pretty straightforward. We have the monthly at $97 a month. That's do-it-yourself onboarding plus support. Then you have annual, which is $1,000 a year, and same as monthly, but you get 2 months free. Then, for a very limited time, we have the done for you, which is $2,000, and there we do everything for you. We write your product prompts, write your sales process, upload your knowledge bank, create your agent, and white glove setup into your own Go High Level sub account, all the workflows. And this includes AppSetter for a year, with 2 months free, and quite honestly, it's an absolute steal. We only have 8 more spaces for this, and once they are filled, it's going up to 5k, because the price for this is just ridiculous. And now the interesting part. For agencies, we allow agencies to manage all of their client agents and assets under one account. Now, this does not mean that there is an Agency Unlimited account, but it does mean that you can manage your client agents and accounts under your own. And for agencies or affiliates, we offer a 30% commission or discount available to all of your clients, and 20% for the done for you. And that's just because we have labor costs in there that need to be covered. And for support, we have the Discord, which is available 24/7. We have our own customer service agent in there that has all of our wiki in its knowledge bank, so it can answer questions for you even when we are not online. Then we have the wiki itself, which has all of the information you could possibly need on running AppSetter. And of course, we have the Discord, where we are in there every single day answering questions and providing support and updates. And that is AppSetter. Now, if you have any questions for me, hit me up in Messenger and I'll get back to you straight away. And yeah, what can I say? It's the best in the market from what we've saw and from what others, our users, who have used the competitors, have said. So yeah, give it a try for yourself. We would love to have you and your clients. And any questions, fire away.